Now, my Amendment 109 would introduce a new clause into the bill that's intended to address some of the extensive governance gaps in environmental law that have arisen because of the UK's departure from the EU. Amendment 109 places an obligation on the Secretary of State to report to the Office for Environmental Protection any information that was previously required to be reported to the European Commission relating to environmental law and its application. This could, for example, include requirements to report on ambient air quality and pollutant emissions, or requirements to report on the implementation of key fisheries rules, both of which were previously required to be reported to the European Commission, but are now no longer required under UK law. Whilst these are two helpful examples, reporting requirements were removed through EU exit statutory instruments across the whole spectrum of environmental policy areas. Without such replacement, there will inevitably be a reduction in transparency and in accountability, both of which are crucial to the effective implementation of environmental legislation. And to ensure that this amendment doesn't place an unnecessary burden on either the Secretary of State or the Office for Environmental Protection, the Office for Environmental Protection must review these reporting requirements no later than 2 years after the Environment Bill has been passed into law. If the OEP determines that an existing reporting requirement is no longer necessary to contribute to environmental protection or the improvement of the natural environment, it must produce a report setting out its reasons and lay this before Parliament and publish it. The Secretary of State is then obliged to lay before Parliament and publish a response to the report within 3 months. So why is this amendment even necessary? The reporting of information relating to environmental law is absolutely vital to make sure that transparency and accountability in environmental policy making, as well as ensuring that government and stakeholders can identify and address environmental impacts. Continuity over time in the information being recorded and reported also can help reveal trends and increase transparency. However, several requirements for the Secretary of State to report information to the European Commission in relation to environmental law have been lost because of the UK's departure from the EU and the subsequent adoption of new statutory instruments. Now, this poses a serious threat to the effective application of environmental law in the UK, because we all know that there are quite a lot of people who try to evade these particular laws. And the ability for the government to achieve its stated aim, its manifesto promise of leaving the environment in a better state than that in which it was found.